guys, what is up? Bonkers Basil here, and today, back on the Campaign of France map, and the fast track's still got its lights on. Let's turn them off before we do anything else. Today, we are, first of all, I'm going to have a look at our prices, see what we're getting things. Nothing's looking brilliant. Field 5 is now cultivated, which is good news for us, and it's fine. So what I am going to do is we're going to buy Field 5, and then I'm going to connect Fields 1, 446 combo and 5 all together to make one rather nice sized field. So the first thing we need is to jump into cab view. Yes, I know it's on backwards, it does work backwards, so let's turn off the tractor and go in and buy ourselves a chainsaw. And we will also need to lease a stump grinder as well. I think that's everything, because we're not going to cut down that one in there. We're not going to cut down those 5 at the moment. So just these ones that we have down. Now log them up and then we'll be good to be chucking these into the trailer. Might actually get with JC. I'll take the JCB trailer over there so we can start at least launching the logs into the trailer. I'm not going to take out those two there because I don't really want to extend the field at all this way. Okay, I think I'm going to have to be taking these trees down to the sell point one by one. Where even is the wood sell point? Assume spinnery. Not sawmill. I said it's not actually too far, that's quite good. So hopefully we won't lose them, and we will have to drive them down one at a time, but I won't bore you with that. I'll get them sold and you'll be able to see what the bank balance is once we have finished. Okay guys, after those first 2 cells we do have the train wherever it runs, I think. Oh yeah, the train track's just here. There it goes. That's why it was being so noisy. Now, when I pulled in, I did have a bit of a problem because I actually managed to roll the fast track, which is why all of the wood, bar one bit, is out of the trailer and the fast track's parked right at the end there. But I've piled it all up and now it's time to sell. So we made 8 grand from the first load, about just over 2 grand from the second load, and we got 12 from there. That was quite good. So we got about 22 grand from all of those trees. And there are still a couple of bits that didn't actually make it into the trigger that we can sell as well. So we should be up in the region close to, yeah, nearly 25k. Okay, so the field did not fully need ploughing, but I have gone through and torn the whole thing up, because in doing the bits of it and then liming the bits of it, it's just worth it to do the whole thing, because otherwise you get areas of the field that need different stuff at different times, and then that just becomes a real pain. So that is us done. Now what I'm actually going to do is first of all turn off GPS because I don't need or necessarily want it on. I'm going to drive the class. I was about to say the fast track. This isn't the fast track, this is the class. This is a big work tractor, not a skimpy little carting tractor. I'm going to drive it in like that, and then make sure that we're clear of the doors, shut the door, and then back up to it, that should be about right. Drop the subsoiler off. Park the class there, and now let's take the Massey back down to the yard and get some lime spread. Like I said, I'm just going to do it on the entire field. It's so much easier that way. And I've also got to do field 3 at the same time. But what I'm first going to do is just with the fertiliser in the sprayer, I'm going to empty it out, so I'm just going to run over the fields that we have, so that then before drilling they have an application of fertiliser and then it's easier. And we also need to drive over to the store and pick up our bale trailer and move all of our bales. So we've got quite a bit more to do, but that will be over today's episode and the next one, and Mondays next week, and maybe Thursdays next week as well. So let's make sure I've got variable spray rate now on, so let's crank it up to 400 because I want to get rid of the fertiliser. Okay, that field is of great size. It's all got its first application. Now I'm going to go over, burn the rest of this 268 litres on field 8. I will be constantly feathering the spray rate to make sure that we do have enough to hit the entire field. Okay, we're down within our last 100 litres, and we've got one spray width left up the field. And we're empty. I'll do lime at 500 on this big field. That's got my GPS set up for when we come back and are doing it, which will be good. We are full of lime now, guys. So I'll go and hit the field with lime. I'm going to do it 500 litres per hectare, which is a pretty good lime spray rate. Not too much, not too little. And I can't get through there. But the front weight on this tractor does make a massive difference, even though I don't think I've quite got it in the right colour. That doesn't really bother me. So let's turn on GPS. So now I've missed a tiny bit of a corner there, but we're hitting everything else. I am going to hit the whole field with lime, even though it doesn't all need it. If I just go do a lap of the edges, then the middle stripe will need doing off out of time, because I do have lime required turned on. So just make sure I clip all of that. I'm going to turn it up to 750, which is pretty reasonable and quite a lot better in my opinion than the in-game, which is about 3,200 to 3,300 litres per hectare, which is just ridiculous. How are we doing? So we've got that little corner there, and that's about it on this field. And then we do also need to go and hit field 3, but that should be okay. But yeah, that is that whole field spread with lime. So that should now be good for 3 entire harvests. we've got this corner in here which I will back up to and spray. There we go, that's good. Being that I did actually catch the corner of field 2 with the lime, I might as well just go and spray the remainder of it with lime 2 again. We've got the lime in the machine at the moment. It's not going to be too costly to us, and it will just mean that again we've got 3 harvests worth of freedom on it, which we may not have had otherwise. With all that being said, you guys, I'm going to go back, unload this, and that is going to be it for today's video. In the next episode we will have, I'm sure by that time we will have soybeans in field 6 to harvest, as well as fields 2, 3 and big field, I'm going to call that, to plant, as well as field 8, which is also ready to be planted. All of those fields do have their first application of fertiliser already on them. 8 is obviously fully fertilised, we're just waiting for it to grow, so that is all good. Thank you so much for all of the positive comments on the previous episode. That one went down like really well, which was quite surprising. But yeah, I have found with these they do unload a lot better into silos if you turn them upside down. So there we go, upside down unloading, because why not? With all that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.